You're listening to Unlocked Your Career by Design with Samantha Florence, Fortune 100 executive, billion-dollar business leader, and founder of Powerhouse Code. Here, you'll discover how to build authority, attract opportunities, and lead with authentic presence. If you're ready to claim your spotlight and step into your next level, you're in the right place. Let's unlock your career by design. Are you operating as a leader or an employee? Many times I hear from very talented professionals who are used to getting great performance reviews, great reviews. But then when it comes to promotion and progression, it's just not happening. And nobody is telling them why. Have you ever been in that frustrating place where you're getting positive feedback? Everyone is telling you to keep doing what you're doing, and what you're doing is great. Yet, when it comes to the promotion, it seems like everybody else is progressing except you. Have you ever been in that position? That is actually one of the most frustrating things that I hear and that I experience myself, of course, of the workplace. You're doing your best work. You're carrying the department. You're spending more time at work than you're spending with your family. And then yet, when the promotions come, when it's time to progress, who gets the gig? And you might be feeling like you're stagnated, like you're not moving along. And why is that? You might ask. Why is it that you're getting those fabulous, excellent performance reviews? You're getting positive feedback, but when it comes to the actual promotion, somebody else walks away with the prize while you're the one who has been doing all the work. Why is that? You might wonder. As you sit with that question, let me share conversations I have been having with CEOs and partners at law firms and accounting firms. They are seeing a gap. They are worried there is no one to succeed them. There is no pipeline to fill the next generation of leaders. So on the one hand, I have these talent professionals who feel that they're stuck, who feels that they're stagnating. And then on the other hand, I have the CEOs, the partners, the senior leaders who are the decision makers saying, we have a problem in our organization because our people are not capable of taking the baton and moving this organization forward. So where is the gap? Where is the gap? Where do you think the gap is? Because on the one hand, you might be wanting to progress, to get promoted, to move forward, to make a bigger impact for your organization. But your organization's leaders are saying, we don't have the people to promote. Our people are not ready for the position. Or they might be promoting the wrong ones. That can also happen, right? The ones that walk away with the prize while you're the one working 24/7 at the office or at work, at home with work still in your mind. So what is that gap and where is that difference? Let me share an insight that I get from speaking to CEOs and C-suites leaders. What are they looking for? They are definitely not looking for somebody who ticks the box, who can perform all the bullets on the job description. That doesn't make you a leader. That makes you a fantastic employee and keeps you right where you are in your current job. So let go of that job description. How many times have you gone through a job description, whether that's for your current role or for a role that you're applying to, and look step by step? Am I performing to that level or not? Whereas when you think about the difference between where you are now, where you want to be a leadership position, your next role, it's not about the job description. Okay? So that's number one not to do. So going back to the insights from the C-suites that I'm talking to, they are missing three things specifically. And as I share these three things, think for yourself. How are you showcasing these three things. Number one, our people are not strategic enough. Are you going to see that in the job description? I don't think you're going to see that in the job description unless you're in a specific strategy role. But even if you're in a operational role, or you're doing logistics, or you're in data and analytics, it doesn't matter. Are you showcasing your strategic thinking? That's the number one gap that I hear all the time from executives. Our people are not strategic enough. Number two, they don't show ownership. They can't make decisions on their own. They're afraid to make decisions, or they rely too heavily on their managers or senior leaders. Excellent operators great at their work, which is tactical most of the time, is operational, but they're not showing ownership and the ability to make decisions independently. Okay, so that's point number two. And then the third one, now this one depends, well, it depends a bit on which sector you're in, but I always say, and that's what the CEOs tell me as well, they're not commercial enough. Hold on a second. They're not commercial enough. If you're in a department that is either a supportive function like HR, finance, etc., you might think, I don't need to be commercial. I'm not sales, for example. So can you imagine that every organization needs to make money? Because when they make money, they can operate and pay your salary. And so if you're in a supporting function, HR, IT, finance, or you're doing something completely different that doesn't necessarily touch the commercial parts, so you're not in sales, that doesn't matter. The point is, commercial thinking is a skill of a leader. And imagine, let's say, the way I always compare it is how to be or how to position yourself, how to showcase, how to show up as an entrepreneur at your organization. What distinguishes an entrepreneur from a regular 9 to 5 employee that gets a guaranteed paycheck at the end? Pause. Think about that. An entrepreneur is proactive because they know that the only way that they will survive is if they go out, make the deals, put themselves out there, go to their organization. That's the way that they will survive. An employee, again, I'm not saying this is you or this is everyone, but the core difference is an employee shows up at 9, 8:30, between 8 and 9, does his or her work, and then goes home between 5 to 6 and gets a paycheck at the end of the month. And might think, hey, I did my job. I did everything that's in my job description. Therefore, it's enough. And technically, it is because you have a contract and you get paid for what you're supposed to do. But again, you're not listening to this podcast because you want to stay where you are. You're listening to this podcast because you want to get to a different place. And when you're serious about your growth and progression, then those are the three things that you need to start showcasing starting now: strategic thinking, commerciality, and ownership and ability to make decisions independently. Okay? Strategic thinking. What's the difference between focusing on a tactical, on operational versus bigger picture? How does the work that you do tie into the bigger picture? How are you moving with the work that you do, moving this organization forward towards its strategic priorities? Number one. Number two, commercial thinking or commerciality. How are you helping your organization or your company make more money or be more profitable? And yes, even if you're working in the public sector or nonprofit, you can think and be commercial because the viability of your organization stands and falls with its ability to make revenue and profit. So, for example, that doesn't need to be You don't need to think, for example, okay, how are we actually going to make more money? But you can think, hey, how can I come up with ideas or how we can market ourselves differently so we do get more exposure and we do get a chance to make more money? For example, make more revenue, make more money sounds so, make more revenue. Number 3, oh my God, this is the number one frustration of every leader I talk to. You know what people hate doing the most? Is making decisions. It's tiring. What am I wearing today? What are we having for dinner? Should we invest in A or should we invest in B? Should we market this product or should we market that product? So imagine how many decisions a person needs to make each day. And then when you get to the C-suite, when you're a VP, how many more decisions do you need to make? Oh my God. And then you have a team who can't make decisions on their own, who can't take their ownership. And so the question becomes, how can you show that you're different? That you have no problem making decisions? And you're definitely not afraid to stand behind decisions once you've made them. And it might sound like something so easy, so simple, but you would be surprised that people cannot make decisions. And when you move from a professional to a leader and you want to progress, it's not about a job description. It's about, are you strategic? Are you commercial? And can you make decisions? Can you take ownership, make decisions independently that benefit not only you, but the organization? That's it. Easy peasy. Those 3 things. So next time you find yourself going to the job description and going bullet by bullet by bullet and checking if you're qualifying for that next role, pause for a minute and think about what is not on this job description that should be on a job description if you want to showcase and if you want to position yourself like a true leader. Are you strategic? Are you commercial? And can you show ownership and make decisions on your own? Now, depending on the organization that you're in, that's not going to be the only 3 ones. It could be things like, for example, are you able to delegate, right? Many people want to progress, but they can't delegate. And so I'm not going to go to all of them. What I'm sharing with you are the top 3 that I get from every single conversation that I have on the C-suite, RVP, senior leaders. Those are the 3. Sam, our people are not strategic, they don't think commercial, and they can't take ownership, meaning decisions independently. And then, depending on the sector, depending on the culture, there's a whole other list of things. It's not a whole list of things. It's like 2 that are customized by the company, right? Depending on sector, etc. But it's those top 3. Are you strategic? Are you commercial? And do you show ownership? Especially in cultures where everybody has like lean back and pass the hot potato to somebody else. I'm not going to take ownership because she's not taking ownership. He's not taking ownership. So why should I take ownership? And that's the mindset that's going to keep you exactly where you are. So if you're the one who wants to progress, want to make a big impact, big contribution, grab that hot potato and run with it. And then everybody else is going to look at you and say, damn, she grabbed that hot potato and she ran with it. Okay. So that's I always talk in metaphors, but that's what I mean with ownership. You know, those topics that nobody want to go into, nobody want to dive into. Those are the ones. Ownership and making decisions independently. And then once you grab that hot potato because you show ownership, you show that you're a leader, then you're going to ask Sally over here and John over there, hey, help me cool down this hot potato. But now you're the one who's showing ownership. And then you start involving other people. And then it's like, okay, she's ready. She's the type of leader we need for our organization. Or he, of course. So something to sit with instead of going to that job description, Think about what does your organization needs when it comes to leadership? And then how are you showcasing that? Easy peasy. What's not so easy is to start doing it, start implementing, start showcasing those behaviors, and start acting like the leader that you are within, regardless of your title. So, to recap, if you're feeling like you're stagnating, like you're not showing up as your best or doing your best work, and you want to progress, you want to get promoted, then the gap that most leaders and C-suite professionals tell me that there is that in order to get to the next level, and again, whether you're a director getting to senior director to getting to VP, it's a different set of skills, behaviors that are usually not on a job description. And the one that is coming up the most is the people are not strategic, they don't think commercial. And then the third one, they don't take ownership. And together with that, they can't make decisions independently. That's it. And when you start working on those three things, you'll start noticing how quickly you can advance and move forward. So let me know how it goes. Let me know what you start experiencing, what you start seeing once you start focusing on those three things instead of only the job description. That's the worst thing you can do. Focus only on the job description. I always say the job description is there because HR needs it. Okay? If you're serious about becoming a leader, about becoming promoted, focus on the things that are not on the job description. Those gaps, those things that your organization needs, but the people, the professionals are not showcasing it. Let me know how it goes. You have been listening to Unlocked Your Career by Design with Samantha Florence. If today's episode sparked something, here's your next step. Follow the show and leave a 5-star review. That's how we reach more ambitious women ready to break barriers. And if you know a colleague or friend who needs this, share it with them because lifting one woman lifts us all. Until next week, keep owning your spotlights.